Hey Jean, thanks for suggesting this. I didn't know how much I needed a break. So, to finish the story I was telling you about last time, yeah, I've always loved the city, and I've always loved traveling. And on that day, I was walking through this one city, and I didn't have any goal in mind, like I usually don't. And the thing about traveling in a new city without any destination or place to go is that you don't really have anywhere you can just like sit and stay and feel comfortable. And I find cities to be a very interesting animal, or maybe not so much an animal, but like humanity's oldest symbiote. Right behind the house. Humans have been living side by side with them since they were conceivably humans, and cities evolved with us in much the same way that the cat or the dog did. I can keep this metaphor going. Cities are living and breathing. They have a heart. All the roads lead to the center of the city, the heart, and the roads themselves are like veins, occasionally pulsating. That's my favorite way to think of a city. I like to think that when I'm walking there, I'm surrounded by something living and changing that knows I'm there. And when I was 11, I used to think that there was something to it, something real, that in humanity's evolution side by side with its cities, it had somehow breathed actual life in them. You know, akin to the living, breathing nature it had left behind. And in fact, cities were friendlier in nature, given that they were actually built and engineered to be hospitable to humans. Yeah, I mean, like in a sense. But now I don't know. Now I think I was just lonely. One of the things I kind of regret, and I brought this up last week when we were looking for jobs, is that I kind of stopped people watching as I got older. And I noticed that I was starting to get really narrow in how I would navigate myself around. I used to be 11 and wowed by all the new architecture and worlds I would see. And then suddenly I was 20 and I would feel heavy and tired. My feet would ache, and for some reason I would feel sad. I would try to look for places I could sit, and that became my goal. I would go from place to place, just trying to find a place to sit and not to think, or like unable to think. I wouldn't be able to enjoy the moment. And despite not believing in it anymore, it felt like the cities, all of them in their entirety, had had enough of me, and they were trying to push me out. Maybe I just grew up, and for some reason that has meant that I have become afraid with age. And I can't stand to be outside around other people. And I can't stand to be seen. But there was a time when I really liked to watch people watch, committing them to memories, imagining and sketching what I would see. And yeah, you can kind of see it with this piece I drew. I remember, I think I was like 13 or 14, and I'd come across this troupe of merry men, let's say, and they didn't look like anyone else in that city. And I caught them arguing with each other in another language. And for some reason, that caught my attention, and I was utterly convinced, and still am convinced, of my ability to just like follow people and not have them noticed for a substantial amount of time. And I just kind of like watched them argue. And I guess I didn't really draw them all that realistically, but I guess as you would say it, I got their general vibe. Hey Jean, hey. Francois told me which one he liked best, but which one is your favorite?